Hurricanes Gustav and Ike spared New Orleans, America breathed a sigh of relief. The city was indeed spared, but communities in southern Louisiana, outside New Orleans, were devastated again. I'm Brian Jackson with Environmental Defense Fund, and this is the story of one of those communities. 3 years after Katrina and Rita destroyed their homes and businesses, members of Louisiana's United Houma Nation are once again struggling to rebuild from scratch. Volunteers are still bringing emergency supplies to affected bayou communities a month and a half after storms. Residents are fighting mud and mold, salvaging houses and fishing boats, and talking frankly about how the next storm will be even worse. Jamie B.O. from the Dulac Community Center told volunteers the old way of building is obsolete. Using resilient building supplies and methods that are fit for the area is the only way forward.
I want vents in the walls that we can just hose out all this water and again not have to worry about mold setting. I want crankable sort of shelves where we can put
Louisiana's coastal communities have faced hurricanes for centuries and had traditional ways to stay safe from the storms. But now things are different. 80 years of national actions to channelize and control the Mississippi River for economic development and navigation has benefited the nation, but put coastal communities on the brink. These fishing communities, which were once protected by miles of dense marsh and coastal wetlands, are now behind a declining landscape of open water and marsh. Each year, people along the Gulf Coast are more and more exposed to the elements. As land drops into the ocean, communities are being forced to rethink how they keep themselves safe. But members of the United Houma Nation are determined to save their communities and save the land on which they have lived and worked for generations. That's why they have become advocates for coastal restoration, and the community is taking steps to rebuild smarter, safer, and more resilient. But they can't do it on their own. Environmental Defense Fund and a broad coalition of national and local environmental groups and community organizations are there with them. We are pushing for large-scale projects that will start to return the natural land-building function in the Mississippi River Delta and bring resources to communities to make them more resilient. Restoring our wetlands will be a big job, but it can be done. And if we succeed, these historic communities may still be here for generations from now.